I think it is fair to say that you are like Joseph K., the protagonist in Franz Kafka's novel The Trial, who is bewildered and confused about having committed an unnamed crime. I mean, are you even aware of what you've done wrong here?
Well, I maintain that I've done nothing wrong, but I will say that what I'm being accused of is something that every single person does every single day. So I'm being accused of gender identity discrimination. And that would mean that I am discriminating against someone on the basis of the gender identity. Now, that's just not something that I've actually done. I've actually said discriminated against someone on the basis of their sex, which in certain contexts is lawful to do. And this would be one of them. Every human being discriminates on the basis of their sex, sometimes every day, but in major moments in their life, like who we're going to marry is a discrimination on the basis of sex. I mean, that's where sexual orientation comes into it. We're either heterosexual, homosexual, or bisexual. These are all really relevant concepts in every single person's life. And then to sort of turn around and say, oh, no, there's no such thing as biological sex. It's only gender identity. And you go, I'm a huge supporter of gay marriage, and you go and say like same-sex marriage, and you're thinking, if now all of these institutions are saying there's no such thing as biological sex, what were you guys fighting for all of those years ago? Because you're completely undoing the work that you did. So this isn't even a situation of like, an extension of gay rights or anything like that, how sometimes media is positioning it to be. No, it is completely undoing gay rights. I mean, this is a situation where men are claiming to be lesbians, straight women are having mastectomies and taking testosterone and saying that they're gay men. They're just heterosexual women. So the charge of gender identity comes into all of this. So unlike the trial, like Kafka's The Trial, I do know the charge. It's just not a really real thing in this particular context, because if you've got one person who is basically acknowledging sex and somebody else comes in and says, I don't want you to acknowledge sex, I only want you to acknowledge gender identity, and this person says, no, I'm only acknowledging sex, you can't then claim gender identity discrimination, because it's not what I was even looking for. Because for my company, an app for women, it's an app for females, if you want to just say females, just to keep it kind of a clinical term. A female with a trans identity or a gender identity would be welcome to use it. Now, she might call herself a man, and so therefore she would have no interest in going to a woman's space, but she is welcome to use it. So to say that I discriminate on the basis of gender identity is actually incorrect. I discriminate in all of my actions on the basis of sex.